Nous sommes très très contents. Les léopards, ils ont très bien joué.
Let's go!
Okay, right now I feel so great. We don't care about England because we know we're going to win this. We're going all the way to semi-final. It was made for us. This is our year 2024, 2026. Congo all the way.
Congo all the way.
Well, I was very disappointed. Well, we're all very disappointed not to see Lumumba here because this is the guy that represents our country. But we still don't care because we're still going to make it all the way to a semi-final. That's what I believe.
Into politics, but it's really sad to know that one of the most beautiful sports in the world and the most watched sport in the world and other cannot experience due to the politics in the U.S. So I'm very sad. Hopefully we can represent him well. I wear a Lumumba jersey behind him. So to represent the continent and Africa, so I'm so proud of Congo. So congratulations to Congo. The whole continent is very proud. I'm the daughter of the soil, so I'm super proud.
I mean, our team plays so humble but so good. Like, they had us scared for the first round, but then, you know, they came back with power, with strength, and with pride, and I feel like...
For sure, as the great Arsenal legend Thierry Henry said, this is a World Cup for the Africans. So this year, Africans, they stopped the GOAT. They stopped the GOAT. So we stopped the GOAT. So this year, Africans are taking over. You saw, we're seeing what's happening. Africa is taking back. It's taking everything back.
That's not unfair. I don't know why he didn't make it to come. But yeah, I know where he is right now. He'll be proud of us. Though he didn't come, but we made it. Yeah, I'm proud of that.
I'm laughing. I'm happy. Sometimes when you tell them that this is what is going to happen, they will tell you what I see. I didn't see it all. Nobody, I don't believe anybody or any African or any pundit or expert or seer will have said Africa will go to the 2026 World Cup and score 90% after the first 90. A++. You understand? When you don't score 70, you don't say a show of A. 75, 80, 90, almost 100. Africa has 9 original sports plus 1 extra sport, which is 10. In fact, if it is a 9, it means it is 100%, which is what they allocated to Africa. It's what the extra sport that Africa got that will allow them to take. Football has come of age in the continent of Africa. 9/10. The only country not to make it happens to be the first African country to win a match at the World Cup. Argentina 78, June the 2nd, 1978. Tunisia 3, Mexico 1. The Tunisians are the only African countries that are returning to Mother Africa, watching the World Cup from home. But for the rest 9, I tell you this, it is bravo, bravo, bravo. I'm Ken Ochonogo. It is Channel Sport on Sunday. Nigeria, what are you missing? Theophilus just calculated that 12.5 million, by entering the extra 2.5 million, 15 million guaranteed. Anyway, we say we want to start paying Chill $100,000. So probably the more we would have been borrowing from the NSC, it would have been the NFF that would have been doing that. But it is a bright morning. It is a wonderful morning. It is a great morning where we are going to talk sports. And then we'll talk football, like we said. And that is it. Football is just the World Cup. 32 nations have now qualified. We told you this. That out of the 48, 16 will be going home because there are 12 groups. 8 of those groups will present three teams. Guess what? Only one team qualified from 3 points, and that is the Senegalese. All other 7 teams that finished third got 4 points. This is a World Cup now. But Sefren said, Africa, why are you having all these points? England couldn't beat an African team. Spain couldn't beat an African team. Portugal couldn't beat an African team. I laugh. So we'll talk boxing because the one that scored 15 bouts as the heavyweight champion of the world has not relinquished his WBC, WBA, and IBF titles. Alexander Usyk says, I want to go at my own time. Not under pressure, not on, see, I want to fight in America. I think the final fight, I don't know, he's in America. Probably that's where he wants to fight, but we don't know. But he wants to be a mega fight. He wants to choose his opponent, an opponent of his own choosing at his own time. So he said, boys, you've been on the queue for so long, go and fight for those titles. You know, the WBO is with Dubois, which he left before. Now he has relinquished everything. We'll give you the statement, exactly what he said. Tennis starts tomorrow. Tennis starts tomorrow at Wimbledon. But and Serena is back. So she started with a double with Victoria Mboko, and right now she says, I'm going single. I think I can move. I've tested it. I think I started from Queens, and the grass is looking greener. I'm lighter. I can run from place to place. I can return. I can serve. So why can't I be in the singles? And I said, okay, fine. The last wild card, SW19 says, we give it to you, Serena. Come and take it. But also at the Dav Notch did, their sixth Nigerian Tennis Open in Abuja, where they say, we don't want to move only at the youth level. We want to discover the next Serenas, the next, Djokovic's. Of course, Djokovic has withdrawn from this. I don't know. A lot is happening at Wimbledon that we need to catch up. And in boxing, at the National Stadium, why Usyk has relinquished that, at the National Stadium, Kehinde Joy Obare says, I was the champion. You made me the champion. I'm giving back to the youth and giving out to the girls. It is the girls' thing. 12 bouts. 24 boxers right there this afternoon at the Brai Ionete Stadium gym at the National Stadium in Sulere. That boxing gym, troop there, go and support the ladies. Go and support the girls. Remember, Jo was the first Nigerian lady to win a title for Nigeria on the continent. She was ranked number 8 in the world in her heydays. And she says, while I was ranked 8, I want to produce world champions. Catalan is in the house. SW19, there is another 19 figure hovering right there. The world says he broke the record. He equaled the record in the first game. He breaking in the second, and he breaking it in the third. Lionel Messi. Eshi.
Feels so good to be back.
Yes.
While others slept.
Yes.
Lionel Messi did his thing. Argentina against Jordan, Messi didn't start that game.
Yeah.
It's a game that quite a number of people actually thought that he would have started, just to pick up, increase his goal tally and whatnot, But Scaloni decided to leave him on the bench. And he came off the bench and scored the 3rd goal of the game, a free kick for that matter. So Lo Celso has scored a free kick for the 1st goal of the game, followed by Lautaro Martinez's penalty. People might have argued that, Messi might have scored more goals if he had started the game. But by scoring in this game, he's now become the first player to score in 7 consecutive World Cup matches. 7 consecutive matches.
Starting from the
last World
Cup.
You understand? So it's just mind-boggling at this point what the 39-year-old is doing. The fact that he's even competing, the likes of Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, the reigning Ballon d'Or holder, and of course Erling Haaland, who's regarded as one of, if not the greatest striker in the world at the moment. There's a hurricane somewhere.
Haaland sat out the last game.
Haaland sat out the last game. And like you said, it's just been amazing what we have seen this World Cup. You started off by talking about the number of African teams that have made
9 over 10.
9 over 10. Ken, so it's just ironic because Algeria qualified for the World Cup without conceding a single goal.
Yes.
In 10 games.
Yes.
And in 3 games, they conceded 12.
Yes.
and we're knocked out. Again, I feel probably they could have done more. I think they probably could have come out of that group. That's what I think.
But Jordan came out.
I say Algeria.
Tunisia.
Tunisia, I beg your pardon. Tunisia. I think they should have come out of that group.
Yeah.
But changing managers, even during the course of the World Cup, it just seemed like everything was just wrong with the Tunisian national team. And the fact that the players were complaining about FIFA logistical issues, back and forth, left and right. We really don't know who is to blame. But I'm very sure they'll be racking their heads because that additional 2.5 million, Ken. Look at it. Could have done something.
They say, look, if you want to motivate some, they say, want to motivate us.
Yeah.
Give us money. If you really want to motivate us, give us more money. And if you really want to motivate us, give us more money. The money is the motivation.
Yes.
And like we said, with all that is happening right there, I think we are having a festival of football.
Yes.
Beyond imagination.
Yes.
We saw the Iranians complaining, because they are moving. They don't
constantly having to move.
They don't have. When the captain of Iran was talking about, they don't have the time to recover.
Yeah.
You understand? My mind just went back to the MPFL. You travel 2 days on the road to the match venue. You travel another 2 days on the way back. And then as you are coming back, you are playing home.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you are playing home. You have not slept. You have not rested because for 5 days you have been you travel for 2 days. Play for 1 day, travel for another 2 days, and you come back, and they said, okay, how is it going to be?
Okay, it was even that bad for the Iranians because the coach said they would like to stay in the city, have the feel of the city a couple of days even before the game, but having to just come in, play your match, and leave almost immediately.
That is
regardless of whatever anybody predicted how Iran might have performed at this World Cup, there would always be the argument that if they had the opportunities that other teams had, we probably would have done better.
Well, I think a lot of people like us, we don't like delving into politics because I believe both sides have that. The Iranians pulling out, the Iranians saying whatever, and then the president of America saying he cannot guarantee their safety. I mean, that was the height of it. That is where I think if it was an African nation that said that.
Yeah.
FIFA would have called them to order.
Definitely.
And say, why would you say won't guarantee, the safety?
But I'm talking about Africa, and let's listen, we don't judge the politics. I'm so happy for Kefurin because looking at the number of African teams that has made it to the knockout stages, and the fact that the current Nations League champions could not defeat an African team, the current European champions could not defeat an African team.
Yeah.
Even almighty England. Remember, Senegal became the first African team to beat England in England when they played in their friendly last year. And of course, they took on Ghana this time around, and Harry Kane couldn't even muster a shot on target.
No, somebody tied his leg. The guy said he tied his leg.
Of course, he tied his leg, but he did not release the Ghanaians their own legs to score. But the thing is, whether we like it or not, we have seen Africa come of age because this is America. The whole world, normally America would say their own thing is the world. Now imagine bringing the World Cup to America already. The exposure is even way more. Look at what Morocco has done. Look at the way they have performed. Look at the way they have played.
Morocco has shown back to back.
You get
that they are getting to the semi-finals. It's
not a fluke. You understand? Because in that round, they defeated Spain. They defeated Portugal.
Yes.
They only knocked out by France, who were the defending champions at that point in time. And then look at Cape Verde making their debut the first time
with two past World Cup winners. Yes. One of them Uruguay couldn't make it, and those 2 World Cup winners couldn't beat them.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyway, we're expecting some guests to join us on the show. I think our guys are working on it, and they will let us know when they are ready. But let us start. I know it is about football, but let us briefly start, with the boxing story. Alexander Usyk has said, he's no longer going to hold on to those titles. Yes. He has the 3 titles. He has the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF titles. And he says, I am not doing that because I wish we can take the statement that he made. And he said, look, okay, we can't read it from there, so I don't know. Let us see what we can do.
But I know the WBC have announced, I think, Ajik Kabayel as the new champion.
Yeah.
We're waiting for what the IBF and WBA will do. But Usyk's management has come out to say he will want to determine his exact words, the final chapter of his career on his own
terms. Yeah, that's what he said.
He wouldn't want a mandatory fight or circumstances to determine who he's going to fight.
Yeah.
You understand? Because and this is a man who is unbeaten.
He said there is a last dance.
Yes, last
he
dance.
has fought 25 bouts and he won all unbeaten.
He wants to write his own story. The final chapter of his own story, he wants to write it. And regardless of what anybody might say or what anybody will talk about, what was all of this, whether we like it or not, the fact that he can do it on his own terms, he needs to be applauded. And he's also saying, you know what? There are quite a number of guys that are also down the pecking order as well. Give them opportunities.
No, he said those people that are queuing behind. Let them use opportunity.
Let them, you know. He's probably looking for a worthy opponent. Because he hasn't found any yet.
So that's basically the thing. He must say he's going to live on his own terms and he's going to fight. I think if the fillers we are getting, he wants to fight in America. He will select who he wants to fight. And that will be...
It will be mega money.
Of
massive purse.
Of course. In fact, with Ajit being given title, all the titles are all in. People still remember, they will sit back at the background and say, that is the man that you didn't fight for it. And WBC, I expect that because Ajit is the interim champion. You should have said, look, the first... the two push to fight for it.
Let's see about it.
I don't like it. I think it was when when he dropped the belt in the dustbin and then somebody went to pick it up and, you know, it has that...
Funny thing was that this was even done via Zoom.
Yeah.
They called Ajit, it was a Zoom call. They said the board had decided and they handed him over to him. Come on.
And then he's the champion. He has a mandatory challenge anyway. He was supposed to fight Usyk. So that is what they gave it to him. Okay, then let's come back, like I said, at the National Stadium. At the National Stadium today, it will be the Kehinde Obare Fest. I mean, it's going to be annual event. You know, Kehinde Obare female boxing championship that will be taking place right there. You can see that there will be 24 boxers. We'll be right there doing it 12 bouts. So, you know, if you want to be part, just go to the National Stadium. Kehinde Obare was, you know, a national champion. She was the All Africa Games, the first Nigerian to be an African, women, for the women anyway, to win the Women Championship for Africa, for Nigeria, you know, Olympic. You know, what is that? And there is something. Also, she has done it at all levels. And right now, she says I'm giving back. I'm giving back to the ladies. So this is every woman dreams. The ladies around Surulere in everywhere. Just go over there from 2 p.m. The place will be thronged. There will also be entertainment, according to her. You know, we were the first to bring Kehinde on air, interview her here when she was going for All Africa Games. Herself, and you know, Femi Oyeleye, who later, you know, was signed by the Mayweather Promotions. So we saw the prospects then, and then they have, you know, it is good for us to say this is our own. We hope that probably before she goes, we'll bring her here, and then, you know, she will talk about her dream and the dreams of these young ladies that she's fighting for.
I'm going to be there. I'll do my possible best to turn up because I have memories from the Brian. I know boxing gym. You know, I remember the first time I was able to. I tried sparring with someone, and I saw what the guy was doing. I just see, you know what, boxing is not boxing is not for you. Boxing is not for you at all. But it's good when we see athletes who have shone in the sport giving back. 24 athletes, 12 bouts, and remember, all women.
All women.
All women, by the way, and it's something that should be celebrated.
So the ladies.
Over the last couple of years, we haven't really done well as far as boxing is concerned. Both male and female can, if you ask me. And it will be a good thing if, with events like this, we get to see new prospects emerge, new talents pop up, and possibly moving forward, new champions come out because someone decided that, you know what, I've been there. I was giving so much. I've now decided to give back. You know, we're talking about tennis the other day. You know, there's nothing like when those who have done it, who understands what it is, to do it at the highest level.
That's where you inspire.
Come back and say, you know what, let us do this.
That's inspiration.
I believe you can do this. You understand? So it's going to be a good thing. So people, if you're opportune, it's in Surulere, please make sure you're there.
Make sure you are there. So let's come back to football. Let's come back to the World Cup, because that is what it is all about. Let us see, the nine African countries, that made it. Right there. Let us see the 9 African countries that qualified.
my least favorite.
Your least favorite
South Africa.
They are starting.
Exactly. Okay. My least favorite.
Okay, those are you can see them. Algeria, Cape Verde, DR Congo, Egypt, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Morocco, Senegal. And then the least favorite that you're talking about, South Africa. Where is it? Where is South Africa? South Africa is supposed to be. South Africa. So those are the 9 countries, among the 10. Are the only one missing in action. The only one missing in action is Tunisia. The Tunisians are the only ones missing in action. Okay, let us see the fixtures for the African teams. Let us see the fixtures, starting with, I think, South Africa taking on Canada.
Canada, yes.
South Africa.
Co-host.
South Africa
taking on Canada,
taking on Canada, and then, so we have
the Netherlands will be taking on Morocco.
Morocco.
Ivory Coast will be taking on Norway.
Yeah.
We're going to see England taking on DR Congo. Belgium, who are flat out to deceive as far as I'm concerned, will be playing Senegal.
Yes.
Of course, we're going to be seeing the game between Switzerland and Algeria. Australia, Egypt. I think Egypt.
Yeah.
I think Egypt I can make it
Australia,
the next round. And of course, Argentina, Cape Verde, and finally Colombia and Ghana. That's one game I'm looking. One game I'm really looking forward to. Ken, I watched Colombia this morning. Ken, I wanted to ask you a question. I saw that goal that Colombia scored.
Yes.
They said it was offside by his toe. Against Portugal. In the last minute of the game. Because I had some things that are written out that I wanted to post.
Okay.
You understand? And I was going to tag you on all of them
for
obvious reasons. But somehow they just spared their blushes. But it's good to see 9 African countries making it to this point of the competition. A lot of people are saying, from 32 to 48, we've expanded the competition. The quality of the competition would have dipped. Africa getting 9 slots plus 1. And Africa actually got the 10 slots. Like you said, Ken, even if you have gotten only 9 slots, there's a very strong possibility that it will still be 9 over 9.
All right, but probably we are trying to see if we can go straight to Canada. If it's possible, we want to go to Lagos and Canada. We have our guest line up. Are we free? Are we free now? Can we go there? All right. Okay, let's start. Let us go to Calgary, Alberta, in Canada. We call this sport Tunji Balogun. Of course, he used to grace this place. Tunji, how are you? Hello, Tunji, how are you? Are you with us? We are seeing you live and direct. Are you with us?
Yes.
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, let's come to Lagos. We have the master in the house. Mitch, your face is a bit dark. I hope we can see your face clearly. It has brightened a bit. But why you are brightening it? Let's start talking. Mitch, 9 African. That is Mitchell Obi, the veteran, former president AIPS. A lot of things, in Nigeria, we don't want to start reading in history but he is a friend of this house. When things like this happen, we go to him. He shoots from the hips, and then he tells you how it is. So let's let's take it on. We've been celebrating Africa. Did you see this coming? I did not. I did not see 9 African countries qualifying for the round of 32. Mitch, did you see that at all?
Thank you, and happy Sunday, even though I don't shoot on the hips on a Sunday, my brother. It's not whether we saw it coming. I think you have to give praise. For the first time, I have to applaud Gianni Infantino for his adventurism, positive adventurism, expanding the World Cup to 48 teams. That has provided opportunities which were waiting to be explored. And I think if we didn't get to see it coming, one thing is sure, at least the money is getting fuller for African football federations. And I think that is a good thing. If you get to the second round, you can be looking at your pocket and asking, at least for 4 years, I can do so many things with the money. And that is good. We have to applaud those who expanded the World Cup. Come to think of it, when the World Cup was so limited to the big powers, we had 1 or 2 African countries, when they win a game, it was like they won a World Cup. But now we are not talking about just winning the game. We are talking about going out there to win the World Cup. It may be ambitious, but that is the vision. And for any CAF president, going out there and winning the World Cup should be, or reaching the final, because we have gotten to the semi-final.
Yes.
Asia has gotten to the semi-final.
Yes.
It's now African turn to get to win or reach the final of the World Cup. And I think that is the mission. With 9 teams in the knockout phase, even if it's filtered over time, we may have one standing. That's the prayer. But you know, football is like biscuits. You never get to know where it will crack, my brother.
You see, when you say football is like biscuit, I've already imagined trying to crack it, whether it is going to give you a zigzag, because it can, whether you are cracking a cracker or you are cracking whatever, biscuit is biscuit and it breaks. But let us, why we are still in this, I totally admit, like you said, you call it positive adventurism. Because when they said the World Cup is going, we are going to have 48 teams, we thought the quality will be diluted. Definitely for the purists, for those, it's only top quality game. But mind you also remember that when in 2006, when Africa sent Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Angola, Togo for the very first time, we saw at least Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana doing well, in the absence of Nigeria, and other greater powers. Now, how do you see this, going into the next AFCON in 2017? These teams have gone there. A lot of them, the minimum they are going to come out with for those 9 countries, $15 million, pumping that into a football group there. Do you see the AFCON, getting that kind of more of quality? Because AFCON played in the World Cup. These 9 teams plus Nigeria and Cameroon that didn't even go, probably will now say, we are playing football at this level. Mitch, look forward to 2027.
You have not even added Zambia.
Zambia.
I mean, I'm talking about nations that have won the AFCON and they are not part of the World Cup.
Yes.
so AFCON will be, the next AFCON in East Africa, the Pamoja AFCON will be fight to finish, real fight to finish. And the prize money has increased.
Yes.
It's now $10 million plus. So it's something to behold. Everyone going there understands that you can really make a difference with the money at stake. And then there are no more any, some will say there will always be minnows. But in the game as it is now, there is a balance of forces all around. And the competition is going to be stiff. Even the qualifiers, indeed, it is good to start enjoying the qualifiers. And I think that's why CAF say they want to go for the Nation League. So that we begin to have like an AFCON every year and also before the main AFCON itself. But I think that you have some countries that are going to be inspired. Cabo Verde did what they did when they made their debut in the AFCON. The year we won the AFCON in South Africa, that's where they reached the quarterfinals. And you recall that they had a coach who was working part-time. Is it in the airport or somewhere, or teacher somewhere?
Even
and
now,
Now they have their debut in the World Cup. They look like they can go the distance. They can go the distance. My big take today is seeing South Africa, who were totally rolled out mentally. Some people said it was done and dusted for the boys, Bafana. But look where they are tonight. They can move into the round of 16. And I think they shouldn't be complacent. They shouldn't be satisfied with what they've done. They can take on Canada and go. And they are not playing Canada at home. They are playing Canada in Los Angeles. So
yes.
It's anybody's game. And let's hope that African teams can get where it matters. And that's the last 4. Quarterfinals, yes. Don't forget when we hosted the World Cup in Africa, we came close to almost picking a semi-final ticket. That day inside the stadium, I don't know when my drinking glass fell down when Asamoah Gyan penalty hit the upright. When you had the thief of Baghdad, Luis Suarez, holding the ball that was going into the net. So Africa almost got to the semi-final, but then we have seen Morocco. How many years after? 12 years after Morocco has gotten to the semi-final. Now, will you join the Shakira to say it's the turn of Africa?
It's the turn of Africa. Jamina, mina, hey, hey. I don't know if we're going to
I didn't know you know that song.
I don't know if we're going to sing Jamina, mina, hey, hey when we get to the final. Because like you said, it took a Luis Suarez handball and the last kick miss by Asamoah Gyan. Coincidentally, he is the top scorer of Africa at the World Cup. I hope that will change with the way the goals are coming in 2026. But let me ask you, you talked about intent. We saw Senegal dead and buried, and they came back. We saw DR Congo playing and they couldn't make it, and they came back. We saw a lot of Africa showing character. But in the midst of all this, Mitch, your Nigeria, my Nigeria, our Nigeria. Please take it from there, Mitch.
You know you've come again. You've come again. They don't come again. the regular trademark. Is that not what fella sang? The regular trademark. 8 years. 8 years. And yes. I don't know if you keep that long with pain for 8 years. How? I mean, you just say it's better to go than to stay with the pain. 8 years. 8 is the number of renewal. And that's how long we have missed not going to where it matters. Every time I watch a game, I see the crowd. I see how the teams, when they play that anthem, I ask myself, we that Nigeria? Are we even making plans to get it right? Yeah. Are we making plans to get it right? Elections are coming into Nigerian Football Federation. Who are the candidates? What kind of men do we have with the vision to change our sports and even meet the matching mandate of the president? He says, give us a sports economy. Is that what, do we have men who can give us a sports economy using football as the arrowhead and using Super Eagles as the unique selling point? Those are questions we're asking every time a game starts. You ask, have we made the best of our game? South Africa went to this World Cup with 19 players in their local game, their domestic football.
Yes.
19. And we went to the AFCON without even an African player and without even a Nigerian-based player of a population of how many million? Does that tell us that we are developing? Some will say we are just doing what you call pancake, picking people all over the place and believing that they can deliver. And but the irony of it is that Nigerians, for all you care, once they see a national team, they expect excellence. But how have we labored to provide or to ensure this excellence? That's the big question. And the question goes beyond football. Is the economy right? Is the environment safe and comfortable? Do we have the stadia, the facilities? Must we always depend on players from outside? Even though they are Nigerians, some will say go for the best. What are we doing to cultivate that culture of excellence?
What are we doing to cultivate the culture of excellence, Mitch has asked? I don't know if Tunji, is Tunji there? Is Tunji still with us? Is Tunji with us? Tunji, are you hearing us?
Here.
Because yes, when we came to you first, we didn't hear you. Okay, Tunji is in Alberta, is that right there in Canada? Tunji, Canada lost that opportunity to play at home. When they lost their last and final group game. So they take on South Africa, in the early hours of the day of tomorrow. Of course, it will still be a day your own side. You got 5 hours behind. What you've witnessed the game. You are in Canada. You've gone around from whatever what is happening. What has the experience been like in Canada? And also preview the South Africa versus Canada game, knowing, like Mitch has told you, that game is not taking place in Canada. You guys are traveling to Los Angeles, so it's a neutral ground in neutral territory.
You can say that again, neutral ground. But then, you look at some certain things, because the atmosphere is electric. For the first time, the Canadian team pick up a draw first. They pick up another win, and massive win for that matter, 6-0. And again, you look at it, they were almost nicking that spot to stay in Canada. They played Switzerland. Switzerland got the first 2 goals, and they came back. They scored only 1. They pushed for the next one. Only what they needed was a draw, to stay in Vancouver in Canada and play, like that, because the crowd has been massive. But again, I can tell you, going to Los Angeles is not something that is out of the offing, because Los Angeles is just about a few hours away from here. You will see even Canadians trooping into the America now to go and watch the game, because we are neighbors. So it's not too far from us. But then looking at that game against South Africa is going to be a very tough one for the Canadian team, because Canada has never, ever come this far, and they've tasted something and they really want more, I can tell you, with what is happening here. Because some of the players that they have now, you can see that football, they call it soccer here, has really come to stay and improved so much in Canada, and they want to have another bite of extending that history, because history has been fair for this World Cup, not just for the Africans, but for Canada too, because they've not really had it this good, and it's something that they want to relish. They want to take it beyond the way it is now. So we're just hoping that later today, like about 12 hours now, we're going to see a Canadian team, even though we want Africa to do it, but also the Canadians really want to, have that feel of playing at the last 16 of the World Cup. So we see how the thing eventually goes. South Africa, nobody gave them that chance. They are this far. Also, same thing, Canada. But it's been fair to all the hosts, United States of America, Mexico, and Canada. The 3 countries that are hosting this current World Cup, they are doing not bad. They are doing pretty good. And Canada, we want to lash on that to take it beyond this knockout stage. But for the South Africans, it started with confusion, but now they are getting their bearing. But in my heart of heart, I really want the Canadian team to win, because they put so much into this. You look at the coach, Jesse Marsh, he's sweating over the fitness, sweating over the fitness of some players like Jonathan Davis and Moise Bombito. Is sweating over the fitness of some of the players, and he really wants to have them in this one. So
okay, before we go back to
Hearts of hearts. In your heart of hearts.
Okay.
Are you a Canadian?
Oh, yeah, I
am. Mitch, he's not a Canadian, no. A Canadian Nigerian.
It reminds me of that song. You know that song, Oh My Dealer. Oh my Canada.
I'm telling you, it's not a Canadian. Tunji, how has it been like in the streets of Canada? I was discussing with Mitch. I said, look, I saw the Ghanaian parliament, and I saw them talking about the Black Stars and whatever. Then I saw the Norwegian parliament. They were doing that. They are rowing, carrying their culture over there. The Cape Verdean have taken over the Congolese. I saw the Orange. When you look at the whole place, the Dutch everywhere, it's just swinging. Oh my God! What is how is the street of Canada? Before we go back to Mitch, how is the street of Canada? How is it taking this World Cup? In the strides. I know you guys have two venues. Are those 2 venues hosting any of the games of 32? Round of 32?
Yeah, they are. Okay. They are hosting, but unfortunately, Canada really wanted to stay in Canada.
Okay.
But then, is this what it is? Because, like the coach said, he said it doesn't really matter. What really matters now is you are in the round of 32 and you want to make it count. In the streets of Canada, it's electrifying, like I said in the first in my intro, that everybody is like, Canada, football, like I said, calling it soccer here, is like second, third game because it's not been so popular like that before. But nowadays, it's becoming even more popular than the hockey. That everybody, basketball and all of that they are putting much energy in. It's becoming popular because they see that there is a lot of investment in football and they are putting every effort in making it count. So for Canadians, it's something because it never come this good and they want to really enjoy. They want to see how it's going to last. And that's the spirit here. That's the thing that is going in the here. Everybody is catching the cold, catching the fever, and all of that. So they want to be in the mix of what the Canadian team can do. And you can see the last game, the Prime Minister was there in the field. That's to tell you how important this thing is to Canada. But then, like we said, the Canadian team, because Jesse March is not a full-blood Canadian, he's borrowed from America. He's an American, and he's been to the World Cup. He has experience. He's a World Cup coach, even though he has not really tinkered the team. He was assistant at some point for the American team, and now he's taking up the Canadian team, and it has never really come this good for Canada. And now that he is in charge, he really wants to make it count. He has told everybody that really care to listen that at this point, it doesn't really matter whether you play in Canada or you play in America or you play in Mexico. The most important thing is to go out there and get the job done. I think the battle line is drawn, the die is cast, and everybody is ready to face the Bafana of South Africa and making sure that they really advance to the next stage of the competition.
The round of 16. All right, let's come back to the master himself, Mitch. Mitch, September is around the corner. That area of your football ecosystem, some people have been asking for a change. What kind of a change do you think will get out of this 8 years of not going to the World Cup, 2 World Cup missed, a generation of players, in their best, will not be able to go, go over there. There is no infrastructure right in place. Training the trainers, I don't know, we still don't have confidence in the coaches that we are training to even tinker our teams. A lot of the facilities are not there. The logistics are not there. The referees, there is no Nigerian, going to officiating in CAF or even in AFCON or going there to be at the World Cup. I don't want to start, saying all this. You've been there for so long that you are part. You can close your eyes and discuss this. Do we need a change? And if we do, what kind of changes do we need to make?
We have to even change our own. First of all, change our orientation. And not only changing our orientation, we need a radical change in terms of the quality of direction. That's the leadership has to be more forthright. The leadership has to understand exactly what the vision is, and the vision has to be clear. Good enough. You won't call this a delay. They've started with the effort to give Eric Schell, the coach, a long-term contract. That means up till the next World Cup, that will be coming to Africa, Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. We may be thinking of having a coach who has time now to plan. They've also given him the under-23. That means that he can start building a team at home. Which is a good one. I hope it doesn't depend again on the players who are outside. Those players are already established. They've been facing very good environment, very good incentives. Let's look for the ones we can really get to build here. More than anything else is the effort to ginger the Nigerian Professional Football League. I thought it's long overdue. It may be coming late. But I think we can at least praise the chairman of the Sports Commission for holding this strategic meeting with the Nigerian Football Federation and increasing the prize money of the league. Indeed, if you ask me, I would have said even 2 billion naira as prize money for the next season, just to ginger the clubs. Now let them go all out. And of course, let's start making our mark in the continent. That is the starting point. And it's never late, but they have taken the giant stride. I thought that for a chairman of a sports commission who used to be the chairman of the league management company, as it was then known, which is now the MPFL, he has a lot to contribute and make a difference, especially the mission he didn't get to accomplish. Let's see whether at a broader national level he can take the initiative to bring back our game. If we cannot be in the World Cup, let us make the World Cup at home. And what does making the World Cup at home means? Bringing the spectacle, bringing the joy to the people, getting the players who can excel anywhere you carry them to. And of course, that should be the change for me. Talking about today's game, we still have Nigerians involved. In South Africa, their defense has a boy, is it from Akwa Ibom or Cross River? In Okon.
Yes.
In Canada, of course, you have them there in numbers, even scoring goals. So I don't know where you want to put your bet, but if you ask me, I'll go for Africa.
Okay. Okay, Tunji is there, but before I go to Tunji to have his last say on this, you watch all the teams now. African teams played about three games. Which of them do you think we go further? We're talking about the target now going beyond the semi-finals. Do you see which of them do you think can achieve that for Africa? Morocco has been looking that consistent from where they stopped. They've taken over. Senegal, we thought they were dead and buried, but they came back with that 5-star performance.
Yes.
Who do you see, Mitch? Before we go to Tunji.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Morocco.
Tunji, wait on. Tunji, hold on. Let's take Mitch first. Mitch, all right.
The Atlas Lions of Morocco, they don't have the luck of the draw because the Dutch side is also on fire. The Orange boys are on fire. So that game, if Morocco breaches that challenge, I think they can go the distance. If they can beat the Dutch side, they've had the good luck or so of confronting some of the best in Europe and getting past them. So if they can do that against this Dutch side, then you can put your bet on Morocco, at least if nothing else, get into the last 8. And then Senegal, their firepower, I've never seen goals like that. They were shooting as if they had anywhere. Shoot aside, go on football.
Okay.
I've never seen that kind of shooting style. I think they have gotten their mojo back. Let's see how far they can go. Egypt, don't write off Egypt, and they have an opposition they can go past. But Cabo Verde
Argentina.
Against Lionel Messi. Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
If Cabo Verde beats Argentina, I will tell them to come back. They shouldn't play the final.
All right, let's go to Tunji. TJ, you had Mitch. Which are your teams? Which are your pick?
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I just see the master doing it in a very fantastic way and very interesting. So to say. But looking at the African team, I think this is the tournament for the Africans. And it can never really get better than it is now. And looking at this what's the name now? Against the Moroccan team against the Orange Gang team, I think the Morocco team has the quality too to match them for strength and everything that they bring into that match. Because looking at the Morocco team, because we have seen that they've been able to prove themselves in the last edition, and we saw what they did in this ongoing World Cup too. So they have the quality, they have what it takes, and it's just maybe luck on their side. They should be able to nick that one against the Netherlands. Looking at that too, I think Cote d'Ivoire too is another team that we should look forward to, because Cote d'Ivoire really, came to this tournament with the fire. They are on fire, they are burning, and they can burn anybody too. And like we mentioned, Senegal, it was a disappointment seeing them lose their first two matches. But they bounced back in the last game against Iraq. Looking at the way they, started scoring like a normal business, scoring 5 goals and put them in that position. I already thought they were out, but then they came back. They were able to do that against Iraq, and I think that is where the spark has started from. So we'll be able to see them, and I want to believe that if these 3 teams put their hearts right, they should be able to go all the way for Africa. And not disservice to others. Me, I'm not really putting too much hope in the Ghanaians, but they're also surprised the way they did in the last key of that game against Panama.
Can DR Congo do a shocker?
Yes,
they're playing England.
They have what it takes, but it's going to be a big upset too. Because looking at the attack of that England, I think they are ready to fire on all cylinders.
Okay.
And we saw the last game, that was yesterday, when DR Congo, they conceded 4, the defense was flat. If they are able to put that defense in order, I think they should be able to match, because we saw what the DR Congo team have in their sleeves. They have what it takes. They have the quality too. But against the match they played yesterday, I watched it. It was flatted. But then they came back. They bounced back. They scored 3 goals. And they eventually won the game.
One word, Tunji. You had the master. He said he's rooting for our brothers in South Africa against Canada. Who are you for? Are you for Canada or you are for South Africa?
I am for Canada, for real. For real, because this is my home.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, TJ.
Home is where your heart is.
Yes.
Home is where your heart is.
Oh, yeah, that is where.
I don't blame you, my brother. If I were you, I would root for Canada non-stop.
All right, thank you, Tunji. Thank you, Mitch. I hope we call on you subsequent weeks, and then you avail us your presence so that we can tap into that brain, that experience that you have there. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Don't forget that the season has not ended in Nigeria. We are still waiting for what I call the Challenge Cup, President's First Cup. I don't know how anybody will, in his sense, sanity, keep a club that is supposed to be waiting to final of the President's Federation's Cup on July 11th. So the season has not ended for Nigeria. Well done.
Thank you so much for reminding us, the master, that is Mitch, telling us that the season has not ended. The season has not ended now. It has not ended now. It has not ended now. Oh, my God. You can't take that away. You can't see, in Nigeria, there's something. So, yeah, thank you, guys. Something is always happening in Nigeria. I don't know, is it possible for us to take 1 or 2 calls on this show, if possible? Let's have the filler. The season has not ended.
Mitch is about the only person that can take us all the way up here and then bring us back down. Because I was having so much fun with the conversation and everything, but it was just like the reminder just hit home. I don't understand, Ken.
The reminder does hit home. We can't organize our FA Cup. We can't go to the World Cup. We can't train our referees. We can't train our coaches. We can't build our facilities. We can't, we have over 280 million. We are there. In America, Folari is scoring, Folari is scoring for there. Bukayo Saka is playing Brunda courses. You just go around the whole world in the diaspora team.
They are doing it everywhere else but here.
They're here, exactly.
So that
this is the farm.
Ken, I have a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
But if we start.
No, we shouldn't. Let us enjoy. We are enjoying the World Cup.
Let's enjoy the World Cup.
We are enjoying the World Cup. Africa has given us hope, abundance of talents everywhere, and then it makes us happy that was it Peter Tosh? You understand? It was Peter Tosh. So he does this. Say, no matter where you come from, as far as you are a black man, you are an African. We are Africans. It doesn't really matter whether from Cape, Ozidi said from Cape to Cairo. It is Africa. If you pass through Lagos, that is good. But if not, of course you can. We are talking. Luanda is not there. But that is it is the World Cup. It is a showpiece. Yeah. It is a showcase. The evergreen, 41-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, is he trying to mix it up? And somebody said if he doesn't win this World Cup, bank on it, by 2030, he will be the coach player for Portugal. I see on my own, I see Mourinho coaching Portugal, and probably Cristiano Ronaldo coming as assistant in 2030.
So there were reports that Jose Mourinho was actually going to take over for Martinez after this World
Cup. He will.
But he got the job at...
No, but 3 years, in 3 years, the maximum he has spent in it is 3 years. So basically, before
I'm of the opinion that if you want to make waves with the national team, I still think you should have taken over after, for a while, get to know the team, understand.
He knows the team.
But then again, he's Jose Mourinho, and it's Portugal, so he definitely would know what to do. Every single player in that Portuguese team idolizes that man, and that's one thing you want: people willing to play for you, people willing to shed blood for you on the field of play. And that's been some of the discussions that some fans have had about Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. That while some players are willing to literally go and lay their lives on the pitch for one man, others just...
I think I expected him to have spoken up, when they started targeting his teammates. I expected, look, this is one
house. Come on and defend your teammates.
Come on, defend... Let's even assume that they even wronged you. You don't throw them.
Cristiano Ronaldo has about over 660 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
His word is law for a lot of people. You understand? So when your teammates are being targeted on that platform,
based on you,
based on
your perceived
issues about you, I still think you, as a leader, as a captain, as the senior man in the team.
All right, we need to close.
Yes. If you're around the National Stadium, please do well to go see the Kennedy Obari Women's Boxing Championship. Very, very important. I'll be there. I hope it's going to be very, very interesting one. And for like what me, I'm going to end with this. If Cape Verde should defeat Argentina,
yes,
and then come home.
Cape Verde, we are looking for you. You're taking on the Argentines, but whatever it is, it has been an African World Cup. 90% not Bigari. I'm Ken Ochonogo. God bless Nigeria.